Welcome to week 6 of Spotlight on Success, High Impact Decision Making for Sustainable Success. I'm Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the success strategist, bringing you week 6. We've covered a lot of topics over the last 5 weeks because we've been on a transformative journey, equipping ourselves with the mindset, strategies, and tools to scale businesses, lead effectively, and build lasting success. A quick recap. Week 1, clarity, goal setting, and foundational habits, mastering the basics. Week 2, turning vision into action with strategic planning and building momentum. Week 3, execution, accountability, and performance systems from vision to victory. Week 4, sustainable growth, automation, and revenue expansion, scaling with purpose. And week 5, stepping into the CEO role with confidence and impact so you can have next level leadership. Today's focus, again, is high impact decision making for sustainable success. Today, we're going to discuss how top entrepreneurs and executives make bold, confident decisions under pressure, how they balance data-driven strategies with gut instincts, and how you can master the art of making the right calls at the right time. So I want you to think on what's the toughest business decision you've had to make recently, and would you make that differently after the discussion we have today? The first is the power of decision-making in business. Every great leader, entrepreneur, and business owner is at their core a master decision maker. But what separates good decisions from bad ones? The cost of indecision. Paralysis by analysis can kill momentum. And so often decisions that are delayed cost more than wrong ones because speed and adaptability matter most. In the data versus intuition area, data helps minimize risk, but intuition brings creativity and vision. The best leaders used informed intuition, decisions rooted in experience, analysis, and gut feel. The last is risk versus reward. High impact leaders aren't afraid to take calculated risks. The 70% rule, Jeff Bezos's approach, don't wait for 100% certainty. If you have 70% of the data, make the decision and adapt as needed. So our question for you is, what's one decision you've been delaying and what's holding you back? Is it one of the factors we've talked about, or is it something else? What are some decision-making framework components for driving the greatest success? Because great decisions don't happen by chance. They follow a process. So let's break down some of the most effective frameworks used by high-performing leaders. First, the Eisenhower matrix. Prioritization for maximum impact. Urgent and important, handle immediately. Important but not urgent, schedule for later. Urgent but not important, delegate. Neither urgent nor important, eliminate. The 5-second rule, overcoming hesitation. This was developed by Mel Robbins. You count down from 5, and from there you take immediate action. It prevents overthinking and helps you build momentum. The OODA loop, fast adaptive decision making. The first O is observe, where you gather data. The second O is orient, where you assess the situation. The D is for decide, where you make a choice. Act, so implement and adjust. The 10-10-10 rule is focused on future decisions. So how you ask yourself, how will this particular decision impact me in 10 minutes, 10 months, and 10 years? Which decision-making framework resonates the most with you, and what can you leverage today to make the decision that you've been putting off? Oftentimes in high-stakes decisions, we have to overcome fear and uncertainty. Fear and uncertainty are part of the decision-making process. The key is learning how to manage them instead of letting them control you, because mindset shifts are necessary for confident decision-making. Failure is feedback. Even when we undershoot versus don't hit our mark at all, that decision is not final. Every choice that you made is teaching you something and will allow you to go further faster if you analyze it and figure out how to fail forward. Test small before going big. Start with the low risk experiments before making full scale changes. Seek diverse perspectives. Get insights from mentors, peers, and advisors before deciding. In the success story, the power is of a bold decision. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, almost didn't launch her company because of fear and doubt. But by trusting her instincts, taking calculated risks, and following her decision-making process, she has built a billion-dollar brand. Identify one decision you've been avoiding as your challenge area. Commit to making it within the next 48 hours. The CEO decision blueprint, leading with confidence. Let's put everything we've learned into action with a decision-making blueprint that you can use for any high-stakes choice. That's what you see before you. Step 1, define, or in our case, step 6, define the decision clearly. The next, step 5, identify your key criteria. In step 6, we want to define the decision. In step 5, we're working backwards here. Identify your key criteria. We want you to understand what's most important: speed, cost, long-term impact, or alignment with goals. Step 4, weigh the pros and cons. Consider best case, worst case, and the most likely scenarios. Step 3, gather data, but don't get stuck. We want you to really examine the risks, etc. Use the 70% rule. If you have enough information, move forward. Step 2, set a deadline and take action. Commit to a timeline for making and executing your decision. And step 1, evaluate and adapt. No decision is set in stone. Measure results and adjust as needed. Apply this blueprint to a major decision you're facing today to see if you can't push yourself through any delays that or lack of decisioning that you've been facing lately. Final thoughts. We want you to master decision making because it isn't just about making the right choices. It's also about making choices consistently and confidently. The best leaders make thousands of decisions each year, and the key isn't to be perfect. It's to be decisive, adaptable, and strategic. So what are our key takeaways from this session? Indecision is the enemy of success. Commit, commit, commit to taking action today. Use frameworks to simplify complex choices. It helps you think through things logically and intuitively along with a balanced data approach. Fear and uncertainty are normal. Learn how to navigate them more effectively. And the high impact leaders make decisions quickly and adjust along this way. So this week's challenge is choose a big decision you've been delaying. Use the CEO decision blueprint, one of those methodologies, to work through it. Make and execute your decision within 48 hours. We want you to join our conversation on YouTube, in our podcast, in our LinkedIn. So we want to understand what's the best decision you've ever made in your business, and let us know what decision framework and approach you use. Again, this is Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the success strategist, wrapping up week 6 of Spotlight on Success, high impact decision making for sustainable success.